Imagine this. So, you're walking down the road and you're really hungry. I mean, any minute now you will fall down hungry. You bounce up a restaurant. You never saw this place before. A person that seems to work there approaches you. What do you want to happen next? That's right, the person offers you free food. Yeah, right, not in this hard time. The most you will get is a free menu. Because it's easier to make better decisions when your options are clear, I believe menus are very important in games and should not be overlooked. What do games like Firewatch, Ori, and Hollow Knight all have in common? Well, besides being made with Unity, they all have clean and clear menus. In my opinion, that is. Or another of my favorites, Persona 5, made with Atlus's internal engine, Destructoid. With its dynamic and bold attention-grabbing menu, it really sets the mood of this game. While I was searching for inspiration for the menu design of my game, I again found myself watching many videos on YouTube regarding the subject. And then I found this. This video is by a YouTuber / indie developer called Kyle Banks. He is working on a game called Farewell North, and in his video I found a lot of useful information regarding UI design. Then in Mark Brown's channel, GMTK, there's another great video regarding game design and UI that absolutely blew my mind. You know what I mean? It was one of them moments, and everything began to come together. I will put links to these videos in the description. I wanted to convey clarity of information and also wanted to set the mood of my game with my menu design. I wanted to turn this into something more interesting. I started researching the technical side. You know, the fun stuff, like coding and working with Unity's animation system. And it went something like this. The first step was to make the backgrounds more interesting. I changed the text size and moved its position to the top of the screen. Next, I added some of the characters in the game on opposite sides of the background image in an attempt to show the conflict between the characters. I also added the exit door to the stages and turned down its opacity so that it doesn't stand out too bold. Then added the brick wall texture to all background menus. I placed a 2D light from Unity's Universal Render pipeline into the scene and adjusted its size and direction to add some atmosphere to the image. With the backgrounds done, it was on to step 2, the buttons and animations. I first created a background image and placed shapes where the buttons would go. I did this because in my game I previously created a background animation, so I am able to create an effect around the buttons this way. I decided to use the first level of my game as a base for the level select menu and adjusted the player size and position to about the middle of the screen. On the canvas, I created a button and changed its text and text color. I also added a green glow material that I previously created for the platforms in the game and put it on the button and placed the button in its correct position. Then I worked on the animations. With the button selected, I changed the button transition from color tint to animation and began to work on animations for the normal, highlighted, selected, and disabled triggers. In order to keep things organized, it was very important when creating the animations to pay attention to the names in order to avoid the wrong animation being triggered. I did this by giving the animation and its corresponding trigger the same name. Once the animations were done, I went to the Animator tab to create the triggers. When creating the triggers, I used the same name as their corresponding animations. I used the AnyState condition as the main trigger point, then set up transitions from any state to the other states. I also left has exit time unchecked and made sure to set up conditions for each transition. I then played the game to test the animations to see if they worked correctly. With the background, buttons, and animations done, it was now time to move on to the mouse and particle effects. The first thing I did was create an empty game object, renamed it to Custom Mouse, and dragged the Custom Mouse sprite to make it a child of the Custom Mouse game object. Then I changed the sorting layer to Player and the order in layer to 4. I added a 2D point light to the custom mouse so that it would be visible in the scene, and adjusted the size and fall off intensity until I was satisfied with the way it looked, and then positioned it on the custom mouse. I also changed the color of the sprite from white to the shade of the color purple. I then created a new C# script and named it Mouse Cursor and opened it in Visual Studio. In the start function, I set the mouse to false, and in the update, I create a vector tool, call it cursor pause, and assign it to the position in the screen where the mouse is located, and update the cursor pause as the mouse moves around the screen. Back in Unity, I added the script to the custom mouse, then added a particle prefab as a child of the custom mouse, adjusted its position, then played the game. As you can see, we now have a custom mouse with a nice particle effect moving around the screen. And also, we have buttons that animate. Now that we've done the backgrounds, the buttons and animations, the mouse and particle effects, what's next? Well, the hard work is done. It's time to have some fun. All I need to do now is put it all together. The only limit to what I can do with this is my imagination. And so can you. All you have to do is imagine this. This is just the first step towards creating my game menu. I really had a lot of fun making this video, and I certainly learned a lot. I would like to thank everyone for watching. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing, and let's start a discussion down in the comment section. Let me know of some of your favorite game menus. Again, thanks for watching. This has been Devlog Games.